All right, so big announcement here. This might be the last time you see this Duramax on my channel. I'm going right now to pick up something that I've been looking for a long time now. I've had good luck with this 19 L5P Duramax, but I think it's time for a little change. I'm ready to maybe get in some old iron. There it is, guys. This is what I got rid of my 2019 fully loaded L5P Duramax for. This is a 09 LMM with 144,000 original kilometers. And yeah, it's a real beauty. It's not mint. It looks good from far, but it's one of those far from good kind of deals. There's some bubbles here and there. It's old and owned, and it sat for a while, so you know what that does to vehicles, but it's pretty sweet. It's low kilometers, so that's all you can hope for with an older truck like this. It's pre-emissions, so yeah. So we're gonna work on this thing, little project. I love those meters. They're so functional. But we're gonna do a bunch of work to it. So yeah, maybe we'll do a little build on it, and maybe I'll record it, and we'll kind of make a build series on this sweet old Duramax, because that's what everyone thinks they want, and that's what I think I want. But I've been down this road before, and sometimes it's painful with these older trucks. You end up replacing a ton of stuff, and maybe it costs you as much as a new one. So I guess we'll see, find out. So stay tuned. All right, I wanted to give you guys an update. Got the truck home, just kind of going through it, really doing a deep dive to see what all's going on with this thing. It's there were some surprises with the body rust and stuff like that you know, didn't see. You can't spend hours when you're going to buy a truck going through every little thing, but ultimately that really makes a big difference in the value of these older trucks, is what kind of condition they're in, because they can be, you know, the difference of $5,000 to $10,000 if the body is immaculate versus even how this one looks good from far, but it's maybe far from good. I'll go around and show you some details of what I'm talking about. For the most part, it's okay, and I've decided I'm just gonna live with it, and for the first time in a long time that I've owned a truck, I'm gonna just not really care too much about the body. I'm gonna maybe get some offset wheels, some big tires, throw stones all over it, stone chip the shit out of it, and I won't even care. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I'll maybe wax it if I get real ambitious, because I don't honestly know if it's ever been done. So we'll see. We'll maybe do some of that kind of stuff, but I'm just getting ready to put my toolbox back in the back here. It had fifth wheel rails in there, so I'll show you one of the things that I found when I was pulling those out, and I'll just have to show you. Okay, so here's my toolbox. I'm just starting to put it back in. It's really sweet. It's one of those decked drawer systems. I'll kind of maybe give you a rundown on how that thing works too. But so this had fifth wheel rail mounts in it. That's all the old guy did with this truck. Basically, he would hook onto a fifth wheel trailer every winter, tow it down to Florida, and then he'd hang out in Florida for the winter and then drive it back to Ontario. So I think that's maybe what saved the body for the most part, and didn't rack up a ton of kilometers because he didn't drive it daily or anything like that. So anyways, so I was pulling out the fifth wheel rails, and yeah, that's a hole. Yeah, that's the really the only bad spot, actually. The rest of them are okay. The bolts did not want to come out, so I had to cut them. But once I seen that hole, my give a shit level kind of went down. And I'll show you some more stuff on the box, because I feel like I'm probably going to end up replacing this box with maybe a Southern box. So surprisingly, the wheel wells aren't all beat up and rusted out. That's typically where they get rusted out, especially the Chevys of this era. Well, I guess GMs too, but they didn't have any fender flares from factory. And as soon as you drove down a gravel road, they would get all stone chipped around here, and then it would rust, and then the chips would flake out here, and this whole thing would rust out. But this one's actually in good shape around the wheel wells, surprising. The box rails themselves aren't bad. You can see, look at all the rust right there. That's where that hole was. That's from me pounding on those bolts, trying to get them out. And again, like I say, didn't get them out, so I just cut them off. You see it's been well undercoated, but I'm sure there's a lot of rust underneath that. The box is not great. Like I say, that factory GM coating, I think, is garbage. It holds a lot of moisture in behind it, and then eventually just flakes off. But there's no rotten cross members or anything like that. Like I said, the wheel wells aren't too bad. It's really kind of hard to show on camera. This front corner is really good. This back corner is where you see the cancer starting to show. And it's just down there, so I mean, some people say you could maybe save that, but honestly, once it starts like that, it's impossible to stop. You can take that right to bare metal, clean out all the little pitting from the rust. I've tried everything, and I mean, eventually that comes back. It may look good for a year or two, but it will come back. As you can see, they did some sort of thing with the rockers here. I believe they were maybe replaced at the time they did the rocker panels, which, guys, this is the really scary part. I just gotta show you. Yeah. So, that is metal. That's welded in. But whatever they did here, like, I don't know. I don't know what they did. It looks really bad. And obviously they masked off to here. You can see a very clear body line. Paint doesn't really line up. But anyways, they're solid. They just look like shit. And that's all the way around. But what are you gonna do? With the doors closed, you don't really see it. It's structurally fine. You do see this cab corner a bit, but what are you gonna do? Bottom of the doors, there's typical little spots here and there. Driver's door actually looks good. Passenger door, sorry. This driver's side, again, fenders, not all rusted out. That's not typical. A couple little dents, old man dents I call them. Probably leaned his walker up against it there. Hood, actually really good. Had the bug deflector, so no stone chips in it. Underneath looks really good, so it's good. This fender, not bad. Maybe a little spot down on the bottom. This door, not great. Not great. You can see there, they've touched it up, and that's gonna look like shit in a couple of years probably. Same with that one. So worst case, try and find some Southern doors. Probably a Southern box, which it's a 6.5 foot box. They're a little bit harder to come by. But the nice thing about these older Duramaxes is they share the same body with the half ton for the most part. The cabs were the same. Now, finding a crew cab is a little bit more difficult than extended cab. I mean, yeah, there's more extended cabs, it seemed like, or just regular cab long box. So that's, you got to find the right stuff. But there's lots of guys that go down to the States, Arizona, California, Georgia, stuff like that, and pick up these boxes because that's a super easy thing for them to haul back. Same with doors, even fenders and stuff like that. So I'll probably gonna link up with someone like that and put them on a mission to find me all Southern stuff. With that being said, I'm not gonna complain about it. It is what it is. It's an old truck. It's a 2009, okay? So it's kind of one of those things, but it's super low mileage, which is unheard of, and it's very, very clean under the hood. I can maybe take a quick video of that. Look at how clean this thing is. Real clean. Oh, obviously need to do a PCV reroute or delete, bypass, whatever you want to call it. But otherwise, yeah, decent, real decent. Like even the coolant is very clean. Fairly new batteries, looks like. Yeah, looks good under there. So what do you guys think I should do to this thing? I have some stuff ordered already. I'm not gonna go crazy. This is kind of a budget build, really. Like, I'm not gonna do some crazy outrageous build with crazy lift or anything wild like that, but we're going to keep it simple, make it tasteful, functional, because this is still my work truck. It's still my daily driver, and I still gotta haul the family around. So I'll show you a couple of the mods that I'm getting started with, and I guess we'll wait for some parts to roll in. Cheers. Hello, man. So I'm currently back home here on my night shift run. Working the next 4 nights. I worked last night. And woke up to a nice little surprise this morning. I got a little package at my door. So I also made an appointment yesterday for today to get some tint on this little girl. My appointment's at 3 o'clock. It's like 1:45 now. Thinking about tackling these mirrors. It would leave me about an hour probably to do them. So half hour each side. Hey. I guess we'll find out. I'm either gonna have both mirrors on and working, or I'm gonna have one mirror and one grandpa mirror. So I'm excited to show these to you. They're pretty sweet, and let's just go ahead and get into it. Oh yeah, so yesterday we did some things. Yesterday I got my tuning installed, got my switch installed, and wow, what a difference. Oh, and something else cool that I did. Yeah, boys. It's funny how I get excited about stuff like that when I had that and plenty more in my 2019 L5P. It was an LTZ, so I'm talking like heated, cooled seats, sunroof, power back window, and here I am getting excited about my garage door opener buttons on this old girl. It's the little things in life. And just in time, got these things on in like a little over an hour maybe. So now I gotta rush off to my tint appointment. Yeah, these things look so sweet. Boom. All right, I gotta do a truck update. I haven't done one in a while, and I didn't really cover much of the build like I had hoped to do. I literally just finished wrenching on this. You can see I'm covered. I got dirt in my eyes, rust and stuff. Yeah, I just wanted to show you kind of some updates, what I got done. So there's my Boost Auto Parts mirrors on. I didn't get too crazy with them. They are the power heated, but and they have the amber light on the front with the switchback LEDs for reverse lights, which is nice. I didn't go with the power folding, which this truck is capable of doing, but it was a bunch of extra money, which I hardly ever use that feature anyways. So I picked up these sweet wheel tire combo. Nothing fancy, but they're gonna do the trick for now. They're like not a bunch of tread, but I'm planning on putting winters on it to travel in the winter. So yeah, got some 20s on there. These are like pretty much 34-inch diameter, so they got some girth. Got them on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace for $750. So can't go wrong. Side steps. Those are off a 2019 L5P Duramax. They bolt right on. So anyone out there that you're wanting to put on some side steps, because there's all kinds of brand new takeoffs. Guys get new trucks, they pull those running boards off right away. Boom, there you go. And you can probably hear a nice little addition back here. That sounds so much better. So much better. I'm just over here doing some work. This is my my lot on Manitoulin Island, and just over here doing some work. I was doing some work on the truck. I did some electrical work today for a couple customers, and yeah, worked on the truck tonight. Back to work, big reno job tomorrow, but we're gonna keep plugging away at this thing. Obviously I have my tunes and my exhaust on now, so I don't have my blocker plate in yet, so we'll see how that works out. I don't think I'm making the proper amount of boost. I did a leak test and I don't think it's leaking, so I think it's maybe blowing by my EGR valve somehow. So I got to get that blocker plate in. It's just kind of a pain in the butt to install, and it's just one of those things. I went to try and put it in the other day, and I just drove the truck and everything was super hot and I burned myself, and I was like, I'm not doing that right now. So gotta wait for the day that the truck's sitting there cool, and I'll just get that blocker plate put in there, at least for now. Maybe fully delete it at some point, but trying to do all this while I'm working full-time, kids and new baby coming and really pregnant wife, so we'll get there.